Hello YouTube, my name is Nick, and today I got some metal stuff video for you today. Still working title, still trying to figure out what I want to call it, but for now that's what it's called. I got a crap ton of stuff here today, so I'm going to try to talk about it enough, but kind of speed through it because there's a lot here. So these first two I got from Zero Budget Records. This is, I think, the debut album from the band Mastiff, entitled From the Ash of Elders. Got a big old doogie on the front. It's pretty long, death metal with a little bit of deathcore influences, probably a little more deathcore looking than you'd expect compared to the music, I guess. This is extremely high quality stuff. I love the production. If I had to compare this to something, it'd be the Sanzu album from last year, except this is a little more well put together, in my opinion. Very good stuff, and they also sent along a little free sampler with 17 songs on it from various bands from various years, so that's pretty cool. Haven't listened to that yet, but so yeah, check out Mastiff, and as always, everything that I ever talk about in a video will be in the description. It's in some form, whether it be a YouTube video, Bandcamp page, Facebook, whatever. It'll be there. These next couple I got from FYE. This next one I'm super pumped about. This is the new Gorguts, Pleiades is Dust. Amazing 33-minute long song that I'm sure everyone has heard by now, because Gorguts is a legendary band that everyone should know, and this is one of their finest works. I will fight anyone who says new Gorguts isn't as good as old Gorguts, because in my opinion it's better. Colored Sands is one of my favorite albums ever. So yeah, if you don't know this, you've been living under a rock for maybe a month or so, so check out Pleiades is Dust. This next one is a little more sentimental to me, maybe not so much the band, the band's products themselves, but you know, this is Trust No One by DevilDriver, one of the first metal bands I ever really listened to. I was really impressed with the instrumentals on this, but I was less than impressed with the vocal performance. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the strongest either. I just prefer the vocals on past works more. It sounds a little lazy on this one, but I still enjoy this album a lot, and they have a special place in my heart. And the last one from FYE, I was really late on this album. I don't know why I never got this, but this is Luminiferous by High on Fire. This is just like stupid fun, doomy stoner stuff. It just kicks you in the pants, and it's kind of like old school feeling and really manly with a ton of machismo and stuff. It's just so fun to listen to. The first time I listened to this, I was just like cracking up inside of how much I was geeking out about it. So yeah, if I would have known about this earlier, it would have been on my list for last year. So yeah, Luminiferous. This next one I got from the band. This is a very limited item. This is Eon by Formless. This is their debut full length and also their last material, I believe. I think they split up after this. Really ultra high quality tech death. They have a male lead vocalist as well as a female lead vocalist, which does pretty much entirely clean vocals next to the harsh of the guy. But this is some ultra high quality stuff. I can't recommend this enough, honestly. Check out Formless. Too bad that they won't be making anything else, because this rules. This next stack of 4, I guess, I got from another YouTuber by the name of The Guttural Monk, an acquaintance and or a friend of mine now. I bought some of his band stuff, and that's what I got here today. So this is what I was mostly interested in. This is Apocrypha with Suspended from the Cosmic Altar. And it turns out that maybe there wasn't enough collusion between the two of them, because it is a two-man band, and they each sent me one. So I have an extra maybe to just give to somebody or something. So Yeah, I was really impressed with this from the very first listen. It's really well done tech death, kind of a old school tech death, not super noodly, but strong feeling with a pretty high range of vocal performances. Uh, Very good stuff. I definitely recommend checking this out while it's still available. And since I got to talking to him, he sent me a couple other things. I don't know how to say this name, but the cover is pretty awesome. This is another project of his. This is more black and death metal, or death and black metal, I guess. This shows off his higher range more so than the death metal album does. But again, maybe if you can read this, it'll be in the link if you want to look at it. But yeah, I'm not going to try to say the name. So yeah, I definitely recommend any of his bands. And he also sent a little sampler. I haven't listened to this yet. I guess this is stuff that his label put out. If it's on here, I trust that it's good because I haven't heard anything bad from him yet. So yeah, I'll leave his channel in the description as well, as always. This next one I got from, I think, just Metal Blade. This is the new Disaster with the Oath of an Iron Ritual. I don't know if I like this as much as their last album. I think it's called The Arts of Destruction or something. It's still really good. Disaster is one of the most consistent bands out there. Awesome, super fast, old school sounding, black thrash, super manly sounding, you know. If you know Disaster, then you'll definitely love this without compromise. Still pretty good. There's just something off about it, I don't know. Maybe if I listen to it a lot more, it'll click with me. But yeah, that's the new Disaster. This next one I got directly from the band. This is Botanist with their third album, Doom and Bloom. This is some ultra interesting kind of post black metal with a little bit of doom in it and some ambient work with maybe some folky stuff as well. Turn that around. The vocals are very, very pushed back and almost inaudible at times. It's also a 2-disc with some works by some guests. The guest list is right here. I don't know if you can read that or not, but this really took me by surprise. I haven't really heard much like this, to be honest, besides from this band. I have listened to some of their other discography, but I haven't bought any of it yet. But this is amazing stuff. If you like really deep, astral feeling, natural black metal with some ambient stuff along with it, definitely check out Botanist, Doom and Bloom. This next one I got directly from the band as well. This is my Slam album of the year right now. This is Doom to Disembowelment by Internal Devour. Super heavy, ridiculous slam. I love the artwork on this. I also got the long sleeve package with this, which came with some stickers and some other stuff. But yeah, amazing instrumentation. They actually care about what they're doing and not just slams, which is fine, but you know, I kind of like some variety with my slams. So yeah, just so many great songs on this. Gagging on Aborted Mush, Spitting Up Chunks of Cunt, Chopped Up and Smoked, the title track, which is like a almost doomy instrumental piece, which is awesome. Just check this out if you like brutal death metal or slam. I love it. These next two I got from Prosthetic Records. And they're both the same band. This is Shamish with Contradiction, the double album. Extremely long, thoughtful sounding black metal with some experimental-ish stuff in it. It's kind of hard to explain sometimes. See if I can get that in there. And I haven't listened to this one as much since the next album I'll be showing you is their newest album, Triangle. Excuse me. This is a triple album, and each album is very different from each other. The first one's almost like half introduction, half black metal. The second is like mostly black metal with a little bit of ambient stuff, and the third one is a little bit of black metal with a lot of ambient stuff. And I don't know exactly how I feel about this yet, to be honest. I haven't listened to it enough to give it my full judgment. I'm mostly positive with it right now, but I was expecting something a little bit different, to be honest. I'm not really sure what I was expecting, but it just it hasn't got to me yet. So I really recommend this, though, if for anyone who likes any kinds of black metal or ambient kind of things. And yeah, that's the newest album by Shamish, or however you say it. These next 3 or 4 items I got directly from the band, which I am super happy to have. This first one is the newest, since there's another one coming out soon, from Vulvodynia, and I got the signed package. So all of these things I'll be showing in a minute are signed by the band, which is awesome. So yeah, this is Finis Omnium Ignorantium by Vulvodynia, one of the masters of slam, tech death, brutal death metal right now. One of the best bands going right now. I have like a giant fanboy crush on the band. And this next one is Astral Evisceration on All Hallows Eve, I think. This is a pretty large collaboration split between a bunch of bands like Cunt Cuntly, Vulvodynia Before the Harvest, Despondent, the Overmind, a bunch of stuff, kind of Halloween based. Again, it's signed. And this is a pretty limited item, if I remember. So yeah, this is pretty awesome stuff. I love Cunt Cuntly. It's just a ridiculous name. And this first one was definitely my favorite to get, since I don't have this version. This is their debut, Cognizant Castigation, also signed. These are pretty hard to come by these days. I never really see many for sale, and having the signed version is also amazing, since I'm kind of a collector of Vulvodynia at that. So yeah, cool stuff. And when you get that package, you also get one of their trademark bandanas. Brutal slamming death metal, super gangster swag stuff right here. Doesn't get much cooler than that, in my opinion. Alright, next, this is a band that I was super late on, but I'm glad I finally got to. This is Fragmentary Evidence by Augury. Now, again, I was super late on this band, and I'm glad I finally, I guess, found them, because no one really told me about it. So, it's, again, kind of more older school tech death, and it's not super noodly sounding, and it's not super progressive either, but it's, again, tech death. It's really well written. It's pretty long. Just my favorite kind of tech death, to be honest. I listen to a lot of it, and this one kind of blew my pants off when I finally got around to it. I saw the cover art a long time ago, and just never got to it. So I'm finally glad to have that. This next one, I think, completes my discography of the band. This is the debut, no, not the debut, just the Formulas of Death by Tribulation. Slipcase cover version. I know some people have mixed feelings about the band. I fell in love with them with Children of the Night. I got the vinyl box set that I might show off sometime, because I don't think I have. But everything that Tribulation has done is a masterpiece, in my opinion. I can't get enough of their sound and how unique they are, and just all that stuff. They don't care what people think. They just do their thing, and they do it well. So yeah, that's a good one right there. I definitely recommend this album to pretty much anyone. This is, if I'd have to pick a certain band, I would say Tribulation is the band to show someone, like, introduction black metal, because it's still kind of easygoing, but it's still metal enough to where it's not like you're listening to like pop or something. Alright, we're almost done. This next one I also got directly from the band, This is A God or an Other by... no, that's the band name, with Towers of Silence. This one also really took me by surprise. This is some super high quality kind of black metal with a teensy weensy bit of like ambient stuff in it. I listen to this a lot at work because I have this on my Bandcamp and I can't really listen to anything else at work because it's a loud thing. So I really fell in love with this really the first time I heard it. It's really long. There's a bunch of lengthy tracks on it, like over 10 minutes. I recommend this to pretty much anyone who likes just good music. Everything on this, the guitars, the vocals, it's just lovely. And these last two, or these next two, I guess, because I have one more after that, I got from Century Media along with that Black Tongue I got. This is actually the first black metal album I ever heard, and it took me this long to get it. This is Seance by Dark Fortress. Many years in the making for me to buy this. It's not that I don't like it, it's kind of just like I forgot about it. I think it's a good place to start in black metal for me, honestly. I love Dark Fortress to death. I love all of their albums, to be honest. It took me a little bit to get into Venereal Dawn, because I think I covered that in my 2015 end of the year list. But I love these guys, no matter what era it is. And this next one is another one of my super anticipated albums. This is the new Aborted with a Retro Gore, the box set version that came with the flag. And I'll take the product out of the box now. It comes in this extremely hefty digipack with amazing artwork in it. Some of the best inlaid artwork I've seen in a long time, to be honest. Super old school retro reference based stuff, and it also came with the digipack of Termination Redux, which was previously vinyl only. Haven't listened to this a ton yet, so I don't know how I feel about it, but the new Aborted is just masterful as always. I'll say it again, if you're going to invest in stock in a band, invest in Aborted, because they never put out anything bad, or even average in my opinion. So now we're down to the last item, and I left the best for last. This is something very special, to be honest. This is something that I waited a little while for, and it's definitely worth the wait. So hopefully you can recognize the signature. This is the new project by Maxime Taccardi called Saturnian Temple, and it's kind of a special deal here. It comes in this manila folder with the anti-human thing and his signature, but it comes with a lot of cool stuff in here, so let me open it. So first, we'll do this thing right here. It's kind of just a little art piece. Very cult, necro looking evil stuff with Maxime here. Slit in his throat. Super awesome. It's numbered out of 66. Just another super evil looking painting here by him. Everything he does is super evil. There's the Saturnian Temple logo. And we have the track list on another piece of paper.